Joe Ranieri, I need a break right now in the early line. I need a break from
Hmm.
reality because sometimes I lose my mind. I get upset. You tease before the break, and half the time I forget what I even teased about. But this one, I sort of kept straight and narrow at this point. And sometimes I say, like, the gods send us down a lightning bolt that says, hey, you know what? Here's a good talking point to put on a talking show in the morning. We're going to continue to talk NBA. But, Joe, I know you watch the early line. You participate on the early line. Sometimes I get passionate about a few things that seem to
Yep.
happen. And the takes sometimes get kind of wild. But I've told people over the past couple of years, in any sport that you have, in any realm of your life, I would tell my young daughter who's 13 years old right now, just cheat your whole life. It never catches up to you. Cheaters always win. But grow up like cheaters never win, like the tagline, like G.I. Joe, whatever it might be. No, 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 no. We're going to rewrite that. Cheaters always win here. He said, what's Donnie talking about? Let's go back to Michigan, who I've talked about ad nauseum on this show for the past couple of years under Jim Harbaugh, where it's like, you know what? We are going to cheat at every turn. I need to win at all costs. And they did. You know what happened to Jim Harbaugh? He went pro for an even more lucrative contract, a Michigan man that's beloved by Michigan because he did whatever it took to win. Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season as part of you cheating here, and let's continue to move on. Joe, help me out on this. Am I right or am I crazy? Do cheaters always win? It seems like they do.
Well, again, it's kind of a double-edged sword, Donnie, right? The cheaters in this case won a national championship because of their cheating.
Yeah,
Had they
correct.
not, had they
Mhm.
not, we probably wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. So the problem is that on this level of cheating, it worked for them, even though they never admitted it, denied. Eventually, what is this now? 3 years later, 2 years later? Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right? Yeah,
Always.
Belichick was cheating too. Deflategate. I mean, you just go through it, Donnie, but you got to win in order for it to make it sense.
Exactly. You always do. And again, like we all can always go down the Patriots thing where, yes, Bill Belichick was the biggest cheater. And somehow in Foxborough and 2-minute drills, the opposing teams, systems will go out where they can't make play calls or taping plays at the Super Bowl or Tom Brady deflating footballs because like the grip better on it and then breaking cell phones here and telling you nothing to watch over here. Like we understand that, which then just keeps piling up and piling up and piling up and saying, when is enough of this one? Well, apparently not enough. And also, here's the caveat. When you usually release, Joe, like I'm going to suspend you for 2 games next year. What's the common
Right.
thought process? You are out game 1 and 2. You have to suspend the 2 games. Game 1 and 2, you're out. You will resume in game number 3. But now we see a Dan Wetzel tweet that compounds this by going, Moore is expected to miss weeks 3 and 4, which are Central Michigan and Nebraska, because this would allow him to coach week 2 at Oklahoma, which is his alma mater and where he played offensive line. So that tells you how much of a joke of it is behind the scenes for Michigan. Like, hey, man, even though we're supposed to be looking at this as a complete embarrassment to the university and we should fire you because cheating is not acceptable, we're going to allow you to coach at Oklahoma because of how much it means to you, and we'll extend the suspension to other places. Is this the same thing in life? Like you can show up to Michigan and you can write a thesis paper that's completely, pulled from a website, hand it in, and they catch you like, you know what? You're going to graduate. You just can't walk at your ceremony here. No big deal. Like we don't cheat. And so, and my thought process again is, if you are Michigan, bring Connor Stallions back, put a mask on him, put a fake mustache, a fake beard, have him cheat again. Because apparently, if it's only 2 games for you and you win a national championship, why don't we all do this? Just cheat in college football. It will never cut. Reggie Bush cheated, ruined USC. You know what he has back now? His Heisman Trophy. Just cheat. Push all in,
Mhm.
people. Push all in. It works out in your favor. Trust me, in the end, you will win more than you lose.
And it's all about the optics of it, right? It's a slap on the wrists. And don't forget, wasn't he already suspended? I think the opening game last year or a couple of years ago as well for the self-imposed penalties on another issue that they were having there with the NCAA. It just seems like everything is all about the optics. Okay, we're going to suspend him 2 games, level 2 infraction, but we're also going to allow you to be a part of the team for the game at your former alma mater because we know that's important to you. Where is the gross misconduct penalty here? And what are we supposed to think when you handpick the games that he is not going to be a part of? I don't get it.
Always a good time. Always a good time here. Like even the guys that cheated all the way up and down, he got thrown out of the university, is now winning lawsuits against the NCAA saying like, well, I wasn't allowed to do it at the time, but now they're allowed to do it. Give me my millions of dollars and it goes back. But again, Michigan, I want to say this too, because it might sound like I'm a Michigan hater. I'm not. And Gabe's on the network all the time, and I joke back and forth with him. If you ask any fan of any institution that said, look, we're struggling right now, if I gave you a head coach that was going to do everything in his power, including bending and breaking every single rule, but you will get a championship, every fan base would take that. Same thing with the Philadelphia Eagles in 2017 when we won the Super Bowl. If it came out that the entire team was roided up and cheating and stealing plays left and right, I go, Doug Peterson, you are a man on a mission, and thank you for your service for winning that championship. I don't care about the ramifications. Do you think Michigan fans are sitting back right now going like, man, we're Michigan, man. We're so embarrassed at this point. I'll give back the championship. Not one single Michigan fan will ever say that and completely supports it, and rightfully so. You broke the rules, you won. I don't care as long as we won, Joe Ranieri.
From what I'm hearing, apparently Patriot fans are saying they have no idea what you're talking about. Just throwing that out there. Just saying, they have no idea what you're talking about. Nobody videotaped anything, and no, the balls weren't deflated, Donnie. I'm just throwing that out there right now.
By the way, do you remember with the Patriots when they had that whole like Deflategate scandal / we're taping things, and the NFL was like, this is back in the day, 20 years. Like, we're going to fine you, Bill Belichick, $500,000 for this scandal. And you know what Robert Kraft did? We're going to we just re-up Bill Belichick, and mysteriously was making $500,000 a year more than before the fine because he paid it for him. Again, the owner was giving the coach a pat on the back saying, you know what? Winning is the most important thing. I'll cover you at every single turn at this point. Look at Harbaugh in the NFL laughing up like, hey, Jim, if you ever come back to college football, 10-year show call. It's like, brother, I'm never coming back to college football. Nope. See you when I see you. New phone, who this at this point right now. So Michigan won. Congratulations. Thank you for that topic. We'll go back to other hot topics, which includes the NBA and some changing of the guards with some teams and also some other interesting numbers here. Michigan, you won. Don't hate on them. They cheated. They won. That's life. Continue to do it, kids. Continue to do it.